Good
Good
morning.
morning.
Welcome back from sunny Florida.
I'm not doing well. Can I be honest?
Please be honest.
I've got a touch of this seasonal depression this morning.
Yep.
Did you know that in some places it's actually warm and sunny right now?
Do you know where I'm heading in 6 hours?
Where?
Palm Springs.
Is it warm and sunny there?
It's you
Because
know
there's
what?
a cold front coming in for everybody.
Yeah,
but
I'm a little disappointed with the weather forecast, but it's not. It's a lot better than here.
I'll
It's
tell you
like the
what.
next 3 or 4 days are like in the 60s and sunny. There's
Okay.
2 days of rain, which is the bummer.
Okay.
But
Okay.
I'll survive.
You'll be fine.
It's like the
gonna be
warm
warmer
tropical
here.
rains.
It's going to be warmer than here. I'll tell
Yeah.
you that. Yeah, it's a pretty harsh homecoming, you know?
100%.
We went from literally, I mean, even at night, we would leave and go outside at 9 p.m. and it's like you'd get hit with like warm air.
Yeah.
And we came home and seriously were considering like our life choices
Yeah.
that brought us here.
100%. No, I get it. Were you reconsidering your life choices at
Yes,
all?
absolutely. And Chad's like, he's like, I feel very guilty because he came here for work, you know, so because we're married, I had to follow him. So
So he's responsible for
it's
your life
his
choices.
decision.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was unbelievable. It's just so
Great.
great.
Okay, good.
Like so warm, such like blue sky. Just people seemed happy.
Yeah.
Like we were like, people seem happy here. They seem nice.
Remind me, so you were in like South Florida.
We were in near West Palm Beach, is kind of the
Okay.
bigger area. It's a town called Wellington.
Okay.
And it's known for, so my brother-in-law is a professional polo player.
Nice.
And it's known for polo.
Gotcha.
So a lot of equestrian. It's wild out there. Like I have been to Florida. I went to Tampa a long time ago and I had visited my brother before, my brother-in-law. But this time it was like, it just felt like a different neighborhood that we were in. And it reminded me almost of Vegas as far as like these grandiose entrances to neighborhoods, like huge signs, giant waterfalls, like all this like lavish landscaping into this like housing development.
Nice.
And it was like that all down the road, like
Very
everywhere.
opulent everywhere.
Yes, it was wild. I was like,
a lot of money.
Are we? Yes. Yeah. I felt that too.
Yeah.
Came back with not a lot of money.
Did you stay with your brother-in-law?
No, we actually stayed at a hotel. So they have a townhouse. So it was, the reason we went was because it's my brother-in-law's 50th birthday. So it was a surprise.
Oh, it's a surprise.
It was a surprise.
That's
I didn't really talk much about this here. I don't think any of them listen to this, but I didn't say much on our podcast previously about the trip coming up because it was a surprise. So that was really fun. And then my sister-in-law flew in from South Africa as well.
Nice.
So she stayed with them. And so we were like, we'll just get a hotel nearby. So we're not overcrowding the place. And we were just like literally a 2-minute drive away. It was great location-wise. So yeah.
Were you near the beach?
We were about 20 minutes from the beach. So we went to the beach multiple times. But yes, it just... Should I just go through it?
Please, yeah. Let's just
dive in.
Dive into to Florida.
Let's just go for it. So,
and the context, I've spent very little time in Florida.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been to Miami once.
Yeah.
And then Disney World once.
Okay.
But never, I don't think I've ever been to that area you were in.
So we were thinking, maybe we'll do a couple days with my brother-in-law and then a couple days at Disney World. And I'm glad we ended up skipping the Disney World part because it's so rare that Chad gets to see his family, especially his sister.
Yeah.
So we spent the whole week there and I could have stayed longer.
Yeah.
Like in just that town, it was so great. So we left on a Saturday night, a little stressful. Chad was actually in Seattle for school on Saturday. His master's program met. And so I took him Saturday morning at like 7 a.m., took him to University of Washington, came back home, packed, got ready.
You drove him to UW?
I drove him there.
Oh my goodness.
Because we were like, what do we do with our car?
Right.
So I drove him in the morning, came back home, packed. Allie had like a tumbling class that day.
For the listeners, that's an hour drive each way.
It is. It was, yeah. And then we left my house a little before 3. My dad came, picked us up, drove us to the airport.
Okay.
Chad Ubered from school to the airport.
Okay.
And I was just nervous. Like traveling right now feels scary.
Yeah.
So I was a little worried in general.
Yeah.
Ended up being super smooth. Like we did the Spot Saver. Have you ever done that?
Is that where is it a cheaper flight?
It's not a cheaper flight.
Okay, what does that mean?
It's just you save a spot. You have an appointment to go through security.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I don't know what this is.
It's free. Thanks to my friend Kelly, who recommended me getting this.
Okay.
Also didn't end up needing it. Like, we got there and there was no line for security. So it was funny. We like had an appointment and they were like, come on through.
So was that like TSA pre-check kind of?
I guess so.
Okay.
It's like similarly, like if you go to the different, security places, there's a lane that says spot saver.
Oh, never heard of that.
And you go and you scan and they save your spot 15 minutes ahead or after your appointment time.
Huh.
Anyways, it was great. Didn't need it, but it made me feel better. We had it. And so we flew from Seattle to LAX.
Okay.
Stopped there, did dinner, and then went from LAX to Florida. So we arrived at like 6 a.m. on Sunday morning, 3 a.m. here. And that was a little crazy. It felt like we had done an international flight.
Right.
Like we were just kind of zombies that day.
But did you sleep on the plane?
A little bit, but again, it was like maybe a 4.5-hour flight. Okay. So it was even that, like, you get on, you sleep for like an hour and then you're back. So I think on my watch, it said I slept for like an hour and 15 minutes that night.
Okay.
It was rough.
Yeah.
And so, but once we got there, then we were like, it was warm. We flew into Fort Lauderdale and we're driving up north and stopped at a restaurant on the beach. So immediately we're like feet in the sand. Nice. The girls, it's 8 a.m. and they're like jumping in the waves and they're like travel clothes.
That's awesome.
Crazy. And so then it was kind of like, okay, how do we do this surprise? So my sister-in-law was like, well, we're out at soccer. I think you guys should go to my house. It's unlocked. Be like on the couch or hiding in the kitchen somewhere and then jump out and surprise them. So that's what we did. We got to their house and we like hid behind the island as he came in and then jumped out. And what's funny is my sister-in-law had told him, I have some friends coming from high school that I know from South Africa. So that was her excuse for like cleaning up the house and stocking the fridge. She's like, I got some company coming. And he was not excited about it. He was like, I don't know these people. Like, I wanted to watch golf today. Like, So he was kind of dragging his feet. So when he came in and saw his brother and sister, I think it was just like the biggest surprise. So
that's awesome. And you all were there at the same time. So
so we got in and what was really great, our hotel let us check in early. So we got to our hotel at 10 a.m. and they let us come in. Nice. And so we kind of rested a little bit. My sister-in-law got there. Her flight landed around noon. Okay. So we picked her up.
Crazy you were able to time it that well from different parts of the world.
It worked out perfectly. So Chad went and picked her up and then the 5 of us went over and to their house. And it was just great. The whole week, it was like a mix of, they live in a community that has like a really nice pool. And so often we'd be over there. We would kind of, the 3-hour time difference was a little bit of a struggle for us. So we were like waking up late, going to bed late. Okay. But I was like, that's actually fine because then we get home and we'll be fine. Yeah. Except my body adjusted like right at the last day or two.
Of course
like at the very end, I was like up at normal times, going to bed at normal times. But yeah, so throughout the week, we explored Wellington. I took the girls to a manatee lagoon one day when Chad was out golfing. We went, there's a little area, like, you know how we talk about our favorite thing is like finding a town, like exploring the downtown, getting coffee. There's an afternoon like that where it just was beautiful architecture. All the, like, when vines are going up the building and there's just everybody sitting outside. What was that town called? That might have been West Palm Beach. Okay. That might have been that area. Nice. Because we were closer to the water then. And yeah, just like shopped and ate yummy food. And as much as we could, we just sat outside and just did everything in the sun.
What was the weather like?
80
sunny.
So
was
sunny.
It humid?
Nope. Didn't feel humid to me, at least. Maybe in the evenings a little bit, but like
I always hear about Florida being super humid.
It felt like
it depends on the time of the year.
There was enough of a like breeze in the air. It didn't feel sticky. I don't know. I didn't feel it. I lived in North Carolina for the longest time, and I remember that feeling of like showering in the morning, you'd step outside and you're immediately sweating. I'm like, why did I even do that? I think this time of year, it just felt a little bit more comfortable than normal. And on the coast, there's that, just like breezy. Didn't feel sticky to me. I loved it. Yeah. I was honestly like, this is pretty great. It just is different from our landscape here. It's very flat. Okay. In fact, near my brother-in-law, he's like, yeah, here's the one hill. They built like a golf course on top of a, like, essentially it was like a dump, like a landfill.
Okay.
And that's what gave it like height
Oh, wow.
and stuff. So I was like, that's pretty creative. But like, that was the hilliest part, was like this man-made golf course.
Jeez.
Everything else is just like super flat.
Yeah.
But yeah, saw some cool animals and birds, and we did the beach a couple times with the girls.
Did they have a good time?
They loved it.
Nice.
Like, everybody was like cranky coming home.
Yeah.
We were all like upset yesterday. Like, you could just tell everybody was like super sensitive and like cold because we got home. So then we got home late Saturday night.
Okay.
So woke up yesterday and just had the whole day to kind of chill and clean and do all that stuff. But,
yeah. It's been especially cold here lately too. Like, you guys missed the
we
snow
missed the
last
Well,
week.
that was the thing.
Yeah.
Everybody, I was sending pictures to my friends of us at the beach, and they were sending pictures of them making like snowmen.
Oh my gosh.
Well.
I would so much rather make a beach sandcastle than a snowman.
I know. That's the thing. Like, both Chad and I were like, because I grew up in California and he's from Africa. We're like, why didn't we choose some place like this? Like, this is crazy that like we didn't do that. Yeah.
Is it like that all year round there, or is there a season where you don't want to be there?
I think it gets uncomfortably hot.
Okay.
I think that's the other flip side of it, is that come this summer, you're probably so warm. You're like, you don't even want to be outside.
Yeah.
I remember that a little bit with Wilmington in North Carolina as well. Like, you would have some summer times where you get the afternoon like thunderstorms, plus it would be so hot you're not actually enjoying outside. Whereas here in the summer, you could live outside all day, every day.
Yeah.
So we always said like, oh, well, we got our summers out here. So now we're like, do we buy something in Florida? We gotta do that,
Florida, could be good.
I mean, could not be further away.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
100%.
So
are there any direct flights to that area? Or
yeah. So actually on the way home, we took a direct flight.
Okay, nice.
So we came right back. So that one wasn't too bad. We left there at like 6 p.m., got back here around 9:30.
Okay.
Because you gain those 3 hours.
Yeah.
So that wasn't awful.
Yeah.
That was actually, and I actually liked that. I don't know about you, like, preferred travel time, but it really stresses me out when I have a really early flight.
Okay.
I feel like the night before I can't sleep and I'm just anxious and nervous. So both of the flights that we took were in the evening, and it just gave me time to like mentally prepare.
Yeah. So they're both like, I guess that wasn't a red eye flight coming back.
No.
You left it safe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Do you like the red eye flights?
I don't hate them. So often we will do that when we go to South Africa. And I like that because it's like, it takes us 30 hours to get there. So might as well use a portion to be like sleeping at night. And then we try to live like it's our day. Like, we'll fly out, get dinner, go to sleep, wake up, have breakfast in the flight. Like, just try to make it like this is our normal schedule. But it's, 2 a.m. and you're having lunch. It's weird. Yeah.
I'm very excited to fly to the warmth today.
Oh my gosh.
Very excited.
So were you planning this trip, or did this
very last minute?
Yeah.
Basically, Brian's friend whose house we stayed at last time, his parents live there, or they go down there quite a bit, and they have a dog down there, and they asked if we'd come dog sit for them while they're going out of town. Okay. The funny part is they're no longer going out of town, so we no longer would technically need a dog sit, but we already booked it, so we're just going anyway.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, it's be good. It's in like same place we stayed last time.
Okay.
We are going to try to do some wedding planning when we're down there. Yeah. So I'm still waiting on the venue to confirm the booking, but I'm getting closer, I think.
Okay.
They finally sent a contract, and I sent a bunch of responses back on the like just questions on it, and they haven't responded back to that yet. So yeah.
Don't
it wasn't
send
that crazy.
A contract to a real estate agent.
Yeah, well, it was only like a 2-page contract, but it said things like it had like the guest count on it, and it said like anything in excess of this guest count could, make you lose your security deposit or whatever.
Whoa.
And I'm like, that's way less than what we had told them.
Really?
So yeah, so I'm just kind of working through some stuff, but hopefully we're able to book it like today or tomorrow. Yeah. We have a walkthrough scheduled Thursday, and then hopefully going to get some other details, like maybe meet with a caterer, a photographer, and start getting some of that stuff figured out this week.
How are you just getting like referrals for these people?
That's what I'm waiting on from this venue, is a list of their vendors, so I can send contact them. But I'm actually gonna follow up again after this, because I'm like,
right
come on, people.
You're about to do it.
But yeah, I'm very excited for that. Very excited for some warmth.
Do you need company? Do you need any like?
My mom was asking me that a couple days ago.
I did say that to Chad. I was like, I think what we need to do is plan a Palm Springs trip.
Yes.
In like March, April.
Yeah.
As soon as possible.
Let us know. We're gonna go down as much as possible this year to kind of like plan.
Yeah.
continue planning stuff. And
Yeah.
well, we have good excuses to go down there.
I
So
love it. They're like, it's for research.
yes, absolutely. So that was kind of your last 2 weekends, or did you do anything the previous weekend? Because you flew out last Saturday.
Yeah. Oh, I was gonna say Friday night we tried a new restaurant. I don't know if I'm gonna say it right. Berliner. It's like a it's near where we play pickleball. It's
Berliner. Okay.
It's like a German restaurant.
There's a Berliner pub in Renton.
Yes. Okay.
I wonder if it's the same.
I wonder.
The same owners.
It was great. My friends Kelly and Shannon had recommended it, and so we all met up there, brought our kids. They have like nice big long tables.
Nice.
So you feel like you can bring in a big party and you're not like disruptive.
That's cool.
Really good food, really great service. So we did that Friday night. And then Saturday was, like I said, driving to and from Seattle multiple times.
That is so fun. Such a crazy fact.
Like we just didn't know a better way to do it.
Yeah.
And so yeah.
That's probably the best way to do it. Unless he like bussed up to UW.
I know he looked at that. Like, do you take the? I think there might be a
probably
train
not on a weekend though. Probably during the week there's a good bus, but not on the weekend.
Yeah. So it really wasn't that bad. I mean, we had enough time on Saturday where I could go to and from, and it wasn't a big deal. But, yeah. So I'm trying to think if there's any other highlights. I mean, it was just so warm.
Yeah,
that was the thing.
Yeah, it gives you life.
It does. And then I'm coming here and we have like nothing on the books now.
Really?
Like now we're just like Chad's starting a new academy. The girls are like back into the swing of school, and I'm like,
okay, on the bright side.
Yeah,
it's getting lighter out later every day. Every day it's a little bit later that the sun's setting.
Yeah.
So it's not moving quite as quickly as we'd like it to, but it's still happening.
Right. Yeah.
Getting closer.
Yeah. So
in March, once we hit March, which is not far away, like usually March will have a couple really nice days.
It's true.
There's like a couple 70-degree days in March usually.
I swear we even had one in February last year. Like a memory came up on my phone about like having friends over on the deck. Like we ate outside in February. I was like, what was that?
I saw a picture on my phone the other day of like me walking Stevie at the park. Super sunny. I was wearing like a tank top, and it was like March 2nd or something last year. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
We're close to some of those random nice days coming up.
Man.
It's gonna happen.
It's gonna be.
And global warming is warming things up, so that's nice.
Positive.
Cool.
Okay, how about you? What was last weekend like for you?
Okay, so 2 weekends ago, let me just also do the rundown. It wasn't nothing big to report. A lot of my same old. Went to Mox for another little game night.
I really want to try this place.
Love that spot.
Have you gone to the one in Tacoma on 12th and Union?
I have not yet.
Or 6th and Union? Okay.
I need to check that out.
Like
do they have a restaurant as well, or is
they have like some? It's not a full restaurant, not at all.
Cool.
Like they have some beverages, they have some like sandwiches and snacks, I think.
Yeah.
You know, like when you go some places like a panini and they heat it up.
Yep.
I think it's like that.
Okay. Yeah. The nice thing about Mox is they have like a full, very good restaurant with like desserts. They have these like churros with caramel and chocolate dip that are amazing.
I ate some good food this last
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
Are you on?
That's the thing. We were chatting before we started recording about like, okay, Chad and I are both like, we got to get back into the swing of things, like health focus, detox kick going on. It's just hard.
It is hard.
Hard.
Dieting is so hard.
Oh,
I hate it. I hate everything about it.
It's like, I wish I was just more disciplined. I'm actually surprised to hear that you think dieting is hard, because I feel like you're so disciplined.
Oh, it's so
with
hard.
your other things, you're so.
I love food.
Yeah.
Love.
Yeah.
One of my great joys in life.
We share that.
My favorite activity is going to a restaurant.
I know. And the thing is like, but what you have that I don't is you also have like a love for working out and for like pushing your body physically. I don't have that.
Yeah.
So I love food and I don't like to work out. So it's like
double whammy.
It's a double whammy. And I'm in my 40s. So now like, no, I mean, I could do that in my 20s and it would like no problem. But now it's like, I look at a piece of bread and I'm like 5 pounds heavier.
The way that I generally stay in decent shape is because fitness is a big part of it.
Yeah.
Like I work out every day. I've hit 10,000 steps for like 3 years. Like fitness, I have unlocked.
Done.
Diet side, I basically just fluctuate. Like I'll have a month, like this month I'm doing intermittent fasting, and I think that's helping.
Okay.
I will have a month where I'm like, it's going really well, and I lose a few pounds and burn some fat.
Yeah.
And then I'll probably have a month where it goes back up a little bit, and it's just up and down, and I'm never like, I don't, there's some people that just like have a consistent six pack all the time.
Right.
That's not me. Like
Yeah.
sometimes I do, sometimes
Yeah.
I don't. It just depends on what I'm doing.
Yeah.
It all depends on diet. That's really what it depends
100%.
on. Yeah.
And like Chad with his like sports medicine background says the same.
Yeah.
Like he's like, exercise is good for you.
Right.
It's good for your heart. It's good for, you know, bone and muscle and all that. But your actual physique comes from diet.
Yeah.
So I'm like, ugh,
And physique wise, I have odds stacked against me a little bit just because of like metabolism wise.
Yeah.
Like, I do not have a fast metabolism.
Yeah.
If I ate what some of my friends eat who are skinny, I would gain a lot of weight.
Yeah.
So I have, it's a lot of work.
It is. And like, I feel like the older I get, the more I'm like trying to remember of things like all the water I should be drinking, all the protein I should be having, like limiting processed foods and carbs. And it's like, it's like a full-time job.
It's a lot to keep track of.
Of. Exercise. I told you this morning, I'm struggling to find the right time.
Yep.
It's just like, I was thinking about you because I was like, you know, always thinking of ways of like our contrasted lives.
Yeah.
And it's like in the mornings, like what would you do if you did have kids? What would your life be like if you had to make breakfast and cook lunches and things before you came to work?
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know.
Like how would you work out?
That is the number one reason that I'm not ready for kids is that I love my independence so much.
It must be so nice. Like I think I was like jealous of you today of like, I bet he works out.
I did pickleball this morning. I saw you were playing pickleball.
I did play pickleball. I meant to say that. Okay. So there was pickleball courts at my brother-in-law's place. And so I was like so nervous. I was definitely rusty. I didn't play great, but
I was playing horrible this morning, just for the record.
Okay.
I hadn't played in like 2 weeks and I was rough.
Yeah.
Rough shape.
My knee held out. So that was great.
Nice. No buckling.
No buckling. I will say Chad and I did win one. So we did feel pretty good.
Were you playing against?
His sister and our nephew.
Okay. Were they pretty good?
I mean, I'm not sure why you're asking that.
Loaded question.
Yeah. Yeah. I just feel like it was okay. To be fair, it's my sister-in-law's first time playing. But she is so athletic.
She was great for her first time.
Absolutely. And like the thing is like I don't know if I'm sure I've shared this, but like she was at one point the best female polo player in the world.
Crazy.
My brother-in-law has gone to 2 opens, like 1-2 open. I didn't even know that until recently.
Polo opens?
Yes.
Okay.
Chad won. Chad went to the World Cup. Like
it's a crazy
breed.
Yeah.
And they're all so fit. Like my sister-in-law is going to turn 50 this year and she looks absolutely incredible. I'm pretty sure she has like an 8-pack. My brother-in-law looks amazing. Chad's, you know, him.
He looks great.
Yeah, always. I was just like, what the heck? Like,
that's a crazy athletic family.
It's wild.
Are the parents athletic or where did that come from?
No, I mean, that's the thing. My mother-in-law, like, no, I think she did dance, but it was never like this crazy athlete.
Huh.
My father-in-law, they played polo, but much more like I don't want to say lower scale, but it was like on the farms and it was like middle class.
Yeah.
Polo. You know, it wasn't like my brother-in-law plays for Audi.
Yeah.
And previously played for Coca-Cola. Like that's his level of who he's playing with. So his is like a whole different thing. But they grew up doing that. So
it's interesting how certain families, like the siblings, all just are athletic. Like the Williams sisters are amazing tennis players. The Manning brothers, like I think what's
Eli and Peyton.
What's Taylor Swift's wife? I'm totally spacing right now.
Taylor Swift.
Travis Kelce. I think Travis Kelce's.
What is it?
Kelce. I think his brother plays football as well.
There's controversy about the last name.
Really?
I think we've all been pronouncing it wrong.
It's not Kelce?
I think it's like Kels or something like that. And like that's been a thing that came out.
Oh my gosh. Shannon, can you fact check that?
She's the one who told me.
Speaking of which, did you watch the Super Bowl at all?
Mm-hmm. I watched the first half.
Okay.
Thoughts?
Were you rooting for either team?
I really wasn't. It was really cute. Pipes had she wanted to be like for the Chiefs because of Taylor Swift. And so she's like, the only thing I have that's red says Eagles because that's our mascot at LCA. And we're red and blue. So she had like a red sweatshirt that had Eagles. So she was like, either way, I'm like representing.
That's
somebody.
funny. She wins either way.
Yeah. So yeah, we went it was my dad's 70th birthday yesterday.
Oh, wow.
Happy birthday. So we went over to their house and had like pizza and pie and stuff and watched the first half of the Super Bowl. Watched until the halftime show.
Nice.
With
Kendrick Lamar.
Kendrick Lamar.
Have you heard about the beef between Kendrick Lamar and Drake?
What?
Have you not heard about this?
No.
Okay, I don't want to like get sued here, so I'm gonna give the high level version. But okay, so rappers, so they're both rappers. Kendrick Lamar and Drake are both like some of the most famous rappers in the world. Something that rappers do is like I think they're called diss tracks.
Okay.
Where basically one rapper will make a diss track about another rapper, just like kind of like making fun of them.
Dissing as in them. Like putting them down.
100%. Okay. Yeah. And that's like a thing. Like Drake is really famous for making diss tracks about all the other rappers and starting like beefs with rappers, which a lot of times it's like joking and it never really like escalates that far.
Okay.
And again, this is my limited knowledge, but I listened to a podcast about it last week.
Expert now.
So I'm an expert now. So basically, I think Drake made a diss track about Kendrick Lamar and they kind of went back and forth for a little while.
Yeah.
And then the last one, Kendrick Lamar called Drake basically a pedophile and like within the song. And then this song was pretty catchy and it blew up. It's called Not Like Us is what it's called.
Yeah.
It just won the Grammy for Song of the Year. So it blew up. It's like the biggest song of the summer basically.
Wow.
And that song calls Drake a pedophile. And so Drake ends up suing the record label. He doesn't sue Kendrick Lamar. He sues the record label because like apparently they kind of perpetuated this song in like within the music video, within all the advertising. They like really were trying to focus on this like pedophile allegation. And so there's like this massive lawsuit happening right now.
Oh my gosh.
And apparently like after the song came out, like Drake was getting all these death threats and like people were showing up at his house and like at his kid's school, and it was like it got really like kind of messy. Yeah. And so that was the big question like last night was whether or not Kendrick Lamar would play this song.
Oh, okay.
Which of course he did. It's his biggest song in a long time.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was
so he did play that.
He did play it.
Okay.
Yep, that was one of the songs, and Drake was in the audience, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, I don't know more than that, but I did see a lot of like commentary today and last night after the halftime show because so many people were like hating on it because they're just not into rap or whatever.
Yeah.
But apparently there was like a ton of like symbolism and meaning within his performance.
Okay, I could sense that.
Which I wasn't, and I kind of want to dive deeper into like what exactly the meaning was.
Because not to cut you off, but for me, I was like, I don't really know his music. I'm like not the biggest rap fan. I don't know if you know that about me. But.
I did not know that about you.
What if I was? What if I was like, anyways, but what I found really entertaining and kind of mesmerizing was his dancers. Yeah. And I'm like, I can say, obviously they're mimicking the flag. And so I could sense there's like something, but I'm like hesitant to be like, I loved it. And then it's like something really bad. And I'm like, oh, whoops.
There was definitely political commentary. Yeah. I don't know what the commentary was. Right. And I'm not smart enough, I guess, to understand. But I want to figure out like what the meaning was.
Yeah.
Because that was what everybody was saying is like all the haters, like this was one of the most like artistic halftime shows in history.
I felt like that. I was like, I don't know what's happening, but I'm like really like loving the way the movements are and the way the colors are, and just like it was, some halftime people are like, oh, it's so like vulgar, and they're just showing. But I just felt like this was different.
There's never going to be
a whole like there's like a whole hour before the game started of all of these different things. Did you? Oh, okay. I was like, we probably sat down around
like the pregame show.
Yes.
Okay.
And it was like Lady Gaga performed.
Oh, wow.
It was Lauren Daigle. It was like multiple people did these different things. And it was great. I mean, especially with what happened in Louisiana earlier this year. So they had like a tribute to that. And but it was like, there was so much. It just felt like there was a really big like build up.
Yeah.
So
crazy game. It was a blowout game. Yeah. Did you watch the end or no?
The end. I'm like, was it?
So
because at halftime, Eagles were like
they were ahead like at halftime they were ahead like 28 or something to 0. That's not right, but around there. I don't know what the end score was, but it got to the point that I was towards the end of the game. I was Googling like biggest blowout in NFL or in Super Bowl history. Yeah. There was a point where it looked like the Chiefs were going to score 0 points. So I was like, how many times has a team scored 0 points in the Super Bowl? Yeah. Never. There's never been a time when a team scored 0 points. I'm like, that could have. So there was like several. I think there were records broken last night, but there were a couple potential like big records that could have been broken because it was such a such a shutout.
Yes.
So.
Yeah.
I think Chiefs were like expected to win too.
I was wondering if there was a favorite thing. I felt like
I think they won. I don't know, but I think they won the last 2 years.
Yes.
And so this would have been the first time in history that a team won the Super Bowl 3 years in a row.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you have a preference?
No.
Were you like,
No,
yeah.
I don't care. So yeah, that was last night. I'm kind of hopping around, but we watched.
I know, we totally cut you off because you started to talk about how you went to Mox last weekend.
I love it. We can get on these tangents. So yeah, I'm just gonna go finish that thought. We watched Super Bowl. We had dinner at Ryan's parents.
Okay.
They made like the Christmas dinner that they make, which is incredible. It's again the best mashed potatoes I've ever had. So
Prove
good.
it. Bring some in.
They're I went back like 4 times for more mashed potatoes.
Oh, I forgot to tell you something.
Please.
Part of our trip was so that my brother-in-law's actual birthday party, my sister-in-law hired this chef and he did this Argentinian barbecue that had all these different delicious types of steaks. It was, things like blood sausage, sweet bread, chicken, steaks, chimichurri sauce, salad. It was phenomenal.
That sounds amazing.
It was so good.
Was it at their house?
It was at a bar. The only bummer was like the location where it was. There was the guy who does this, he brings his van, he's got all of his cooking stuff, he sets up a table, he has all these, it's like he sets it up so well. The location itself had 0 lights outside.
Oh.
So we were like literally in the dark, except for when we were getting our food, we could see under his lights. But where we sat was like pitch black. And I was like, I don't know what I'm eating, but it's delicious. But that was definitely a highlight.
It's one of those meals where you're like, have you seen the restaurants where you're just like literally you're blind pretty much, where it's pitch black and the waiters have like the night vision goggles.
Senses.
Yeah.
Basically
like that's cool. People pay big money for that. So.
Well, and this was the crazy part. It wasn't that expensive.
Really?
They had almost 20 people there. And I'm not kidding you when I say like so much food. We took leftovers home. Like we took like trays of meat home. And he only charged her $400.
No way.
Yes.
$20 a person?
What should we say? Like, who's gonna know? But
I didn't want to hire that guy for our wedding.
No, I was like, I could fly him out here. Like, I don't know how that works yet, but yeah.
I would ship his van.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I started looking at pricing for catering.
Don't expect $20. No, it's wild.
I was looking because we're hopping all over. I love it. Because the venue is taking so long to get back to us, I've started looking at other venues. And I'm like, what? Like, come on, dudes.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to stick with ours because all the other venues that we were considering, they require that you use their like in-house catering because they're like hotels with restaurants.
Oh, sure.
And you have to use the restaurant's catering. There was like a $30,000 catering minimum.
30,000
for
minimum?
The last 2 I looked at, the minimum for the weekend or whatever is $30,000
for the whole weekend
for 2 nights, 2 days, 2 days of catering basically.
Huh. Okay.
Which that's the minimum. Like that
is insane.
100%. So we're not doing that.
Have you looked at other people though? Like, have you seen?
I haven't seen other pricing yet.
Like,
I'm nervous. So here's what I do know is that we looked into renting the In-N-Out truck for like our welcome party.
Genius.
That is $3,500 to do that.
Okay.
Which feels a lot better than $30,000.
It absolutely does.
A little over 10%.
Correct.
So we're gonna do the food on a budget for sure. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Get creative.
Yep.
Okay. Sorry.
Let me wrap up. So
where are we?
2 weekends ago, game night at Mox. Saturday, I had a buyer consultation with some friends for buying a home in West Seattle.
Awesome.
So did that.
And you just had a listing go live, didn't you?
A listing go live. I am a real estate agent.
Great.
Everybody, we're both real estate agents.
Reminder, I too dabble in the sales of real estate.
You can decide which one of us you relate more with.
Or pick us both. We will co-list.
Tag team.
We will co-buy.
100%. We've never done that, but we should.
To work with.
We would, 100%. Okay. We tried a new sushi place.
Ooh.
It was great.
In Renton, or where was it?
In Renton, yep. We got Thai food with Brian's parents on Sunday night.
I love it.
Which
Your
is
weekends
great.
are just so delicious.
So they're all food centric. Back to the earlier conversation. Did some travel planning. We have a lot of weddings this year.
Yes.
All destination weddings.
Amazing.
So starting to like book flights and hotels and stuff. So got our Hawaii trip mostly planned out.
Fun.
Which is
when
great.
Is that?
It's in August, so we're doing. It's like a weekend wedding, and we're adding a few days on to kind of like just hang out. We were like the flights are the most expensive part, so might as well stay a couple extra days.
100%. And was it Turkey? Was there
Turkey? We haven't booked yet.
Okay,
and we're We're gonna see what the costs look like on that, because that's 2 months before our wedding. So we're like, I don't know. We're gonna see if it makes sense.
Hawaii, Turkey, Palm
And
Springs.
Turkey's
or expensive fall.
Hawaii's August, Turkey's September.
Yeah.
Our wedding is November.
Yeah.
So it's we're like
Ironman's
October. Yeah. A month back to back to back to back.
Where's Ironman again?
Sacramento.
Okay.
Yeah. So we would love to go to the Turkey wedding.
Yeah.
Not sure financially and timing wise if it'll be possible, but we'll see.
Okay.
I wrote down laundry is so time consuming.
Just want to make a note of that. Absolutely, it is.
So I've just 2 of us, me and Brian, no kids.
Right.
I spend so much of my life doing laundry.
Have you considered hiring it out?
I've thought about it.
I wonder if just for the sake of like just seeing what it costs, that benefit of having somebody else do that.
That's a great idea.
And then now your time that you spent on laundry is used for other things.
Yeah. Eating.
Selling houses.
Selling houses.
Which
I might look into that because I bet I spend 7 hours a week on laundry.
Yeah.
Like, it's constant.
Feels aggressive. That feels like a lot.
Maybe more like 5. It's a lot. It's a lot. And I get on Brian because I swear to God, Brian, when I'm folding our laundry, I swear it's 80% Brian's clothes and 20% my clothes. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know how he wears 8 sweaters in 4 days.
He's a great dressed man. So what do you want? Do you want him wearing the same thing every day
and
look like a hobo?
I think he's wearing 3 outfits a day.
That's Piper. Piper like looks at a piece of clothing and puts it in the laundry. It's like doesn't even touch her body.
I think that might be happening. So it's something we're working on in our household. But yeah, that was the previous weekend.
Say the exact same too. Like he's like, oh, I got a pair of shorts out of that load. Like it's majority.
Yeah. We're folding. I'm like, I swear it's 80-20 is the like, how is this even possible?
Yeah.
You can wear something more than once.
Yeah. Listen.
If you sweat in it, if you're working out in it,
right,
put it in the dirty clothes.
Right.
If not, you can get a couple uses out of it. I've worn this shirt 3 times. And I'll wash it out, and I have a lot of Stevie hair on it, so maybe that's not a good example.
Well,
okay, that was 2 weekends ago. This last weekend, we did dinner with Brian's friends Friday night at Joey Kitchen in Bellevue.
Oh,
how do you order your steak?
Medium.
Okay, I typically like it medium rare, but I've been ordering medium rare steak recently. Like when I've had steak at restaurants, it's always way too pink for me. It's like, and I had a medium rare burger the other day. Ooh. I'm like, it was very pink.
I don't ever order my burger. Well, maybe I think with burgers I'd say medium well.
Okay, so I'm going strictly medium going forward because our steak Friday night was like it was
still
mooing.
Yeah. But good place.
Good place.
Joey's?
Yeah. Other than the steak being too.
Okay.
But everything else was great.
Because I feel like chefs for the most part, like the more rare the better.
Yeah.
So if you say medium, they're like, or if you say medium rare, they're like, it's rare.
Oh, they're gonna be like, this guy has taste. But if I said rare, I don't even know what it might have.
Yeah.
I don't know what they would have given me. It felt pretty rare what I got.
It felt fresh.
Okay, so that was Friday, and then Saturday, I was telling you I went to Westport for the night.
Yep.
So left Saturday morning, got there around noon, and it was a big kind of boys trip with a bunch of guys in the office.
Yep.
And have you been to Westport before?
I can't say that I have.
You've been to Ocean Shores before?
Yes.
It's south of Ocean Shores.
Okay.
So there's like an inlet or something that divides Ocean Shores and Westport.
Oh, okay.
But big ski town.
Ski?
Or sorry. Surfing town, not skiing.
Huh? Water ski? No.
People surf there like year round.
Okay.
In the freezing cold.
Man.
All the power to them, but that's not me. But did a lot of just like walking around Westport. We were at the beach for a while.
Is there like a little downtown area like you would find at other? Okay.
So I
feel like Ocean Shores was limited in that. Am I wrong?
I actually don't know Ocean Shores.
Okay.
I've been to Seaside and Long Beach, but I haven't really spent the time at Ocean Shores.
Okay.
But
right, because Seaside and Long Beach and what's the other one down there?
Cannon Beach
all have like little downtown areas.
Yeah.
I feel like I've only done day trips to Ocean Shores, and there wasn't a ton of like businesses.
Right. To frequent, to be a patron
of.
Eric owns the hotel down there, which is pretty cool. So my first time seeing that.
Yeah.
He put me up and he said in his favorite room, which was very nice of him. And yeah, it was
By
cool.
yourself? You had a room to
I
yourself?
had a room to myself.
That's really
It's
nice.
great. Lovely view
Was the
out
whole
the door.
hotel just for you guys?
Just for us, yeah. So
Wow.
they blocked it out for the weekend.
That's cool.
So yeah, it was cool.
What a flex.
I know.
Like, oh, come stay at my hotel.
Yeah, it was a big group. There were like 30 guys there probably.
Man.
We did like a beach. We were at the beach for a few hours.
Yeah.
That was chilly.
Yeah.
We had Kyle made a fire, which was awesome.
Nice. Yeah.
So I pretty much just stayed by the fire the
Yeah.
whole time, as close as I could be. And we did a couple meals, and then Sunday morning I came home, and what did we do? Went to the gym, watched Stevie, and did Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With your meals at Westport, did you guys all bring stuff and contribute, or
We went out to 2 meals?
Oh,
So
you went out to
we
eat.
went to like a barbecue place,
Okay.
which was delicious. Got like
Yeah.
a barbecue chicken sandwich, and then went to kind of like a pizza and American food type
Okay.
place. So
I gotta be
both
honest,
really good restaurants.
I've started to pick up on the chicken sandwich trend since you were
From
like,
me?
that's kind of your thing. I was like, I actually do enjoy a good chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
And so now wherever I go, that's like kind of what I'm going towards.
I literally said this yesterday. If there is a chicken sandwich on the menu, I'm ordering it.
I'm starting to find myself in that same boat.
Really?
Where did we eat? Oh, Shake Shack or Shake? Yeah, Shake Shack. It was like, it's like a chain.
Yeah, Shake Shack.
Shake Shack.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was at the airport, and I did their chicken sandwich.
Was it good?
It was good.
Nice.
I'm
I
still.
love a fried chicken sandwich.
Well, that's the only
yeah.
option.
Sometimes they only have a grilled chicken
Boo.
sandwich.
What are you, a health freak?
You know what I did actually? I went somewhere and they had grilled chicken sandwich on the menu, but I saw fried chicken elsewhere on the menu. So I ordered the grilled chicken
Genius.
sandwich and I said, "Can you do that as fried chicken?" And
Yeah.
they did it, and it was a great choice.
I'm still trying to get you that Met
I know.
fried chicken
I
sandwich.
appreciate the offer the other day.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have it one of these days.
one of these days.
I actually,
One of these days.
we brought dessert to dinner last night,
Mhm.
and
What'd you bring?
I really wanted to go to the Met Market and
Yeah.
get cookies, but it wasn't convenient.
Yeah.
So got a QFC triple layer chocolate cake.
Ooh,
It was pretty solid.
sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Cool.
That was a weekend. What else did I want to update on? Intermittent fasting's been going well.
Okay, wait. I don't think I knew about you doing intermittent
That's my
fasting.
February
So
challenge.
what's the time frame? When do you stop? When do
I'm
you start?
fasting for 16 hours a day.
Ooh.
Yeah. So basically, the amount of time I'm eating isn't as important. I'm just like, as soon as I'm using the Zero app. Have you used that before?
No.
I'll show you real quick. So as soon as maybe I'll show you, maybe not. As soon as wow, hold on, I might cut this part out because it's taking a long time. So I'm currently at 14 hours and 32
Oh,
minutes
cool.
of my fast. So
Okay.
I can eat in like an hour and a half.
Yep.
So generally speaking, I'm eating between like noon and 8 p.m.
Okay.
But the main thing I'm prioritizing is just there's always at least 16 hours between eating.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you've got a protein shake with you.
Yes. Okay. So I have
So-
it's my own version. And when I announced this challenge, I was like, I gave that caveat.
Like totally calling you out. So
Yeah.
what about that French fry? I'm just kidding.
I am allowing myself liquids.
Okay.
Yeah. So protein shake is like the
Yeah.
only real like actual
You're like soup,
sustenance, not soup.
smoothies.
Here's what I allow myself these protein shakes because I just want to have protein after a workout. Like that's
Yeah.
the main thing. And it's like it's
It's a necessity.
and I get hangry if I don't.
Absolutely.
So
Same.
I'm not giving nothing solid until within
Okay.
those 8 hours.
Got
basically.
it. Okay. And then within those 8 hours, eating whatever you want or trying
Generally,
to be
trying to be balanced diet.
Okay.
So this weekend I ate kind of a lot. I had like a lot of mashed potatoes last night.
Yeah.
So it's just all, moderation, ebbs and
listen.
flows.
Yeah.
I'm trying to generally eat healthy today.
Okay.
So I am weighing myself again. I'm really trying to get under
Okay,
a
we
weight
talked
goal.
about this before. You
Yeah.
were like, I'm going to start every day
Yes.
to kind of see how that's
I'm
going.
having a hard time getting under my number,
Okay.
so I'm still working at it.
Okay.
Yeah.
How's the training for the Ironman going?
Not really happening
Haven't
yet.
Started. Okay.
Yeah, I actually have that on my list to figure out this week is like a training plan.
Okay.
So I'm like I'm over 9 months away still.
Okay.
So I feel
yeah,
okay.
that's a lot of time.
It's a lot of time. Ask me
Easy
again in like
peasy.
2 weeks. I should have a plan in place in 2
Okay.
weeks. Yeah.
Okay. Anything else on your list to update?
Nothing else. How about you?
I can't think of anything.
I hope the sun comes out today.
I hope I can come with you next time to Palm Springs.
You can hide in the suitcase. Thanks, Jamie.
Bye.
Bye.